Hello everyone and welcome to the very first episode of Business Beyond. Now this is a special segment which I will be introducing through this channel because I've been getting a lot of requests saying, Khalid, look, we like your 60 seconds. Well, some of them did say they don't like it, sorry about that. But they said that we like this whole short thing, but why don't you pick one or two topics and just talk about it in a little bit more detail. Topics that matter, topics that are relevant. And that's what Business Beyond is all about. Every Friday, this is your special weekend edition of Business Discussions. This is Business Beyond. Now today, for the very first episode, I am picking data protection. Now there's a lot of talk about data protection, data strategies, all that. Because let's face it, data is the new oil. That's right. Uber, PickMe, and so many companies will tell you, even Amazon, even Google will tell you how data about customers, data about their operations, give them so much of insight that they can actually make a profit. Uber might never make a profit through their rides, but the fact that they know everything about your move, where you go, from when to when, that data helps them to make a very big profit. You never know. They might be even selling some of that data to a few parties. Now, what we need to understand is that yes, data is the new oil, yes, data matters, but how strong is the protection? Let's take a look at a few examples here. If I ask you the parent company of the 5G technology, what would you say? Huawei? Well, that's what everyone says, but way before Huawei, there was a Canadian company, Nortel, that was making headwinds and they were doing a lot of research on 5G technology. But all of a sudden, that data went missing. The data got stolen. And instead, here you have a Chinese company coming and saying, hey, you know what? We discovered 5G technology. Could something have gone wrong? That's up to your judgment. I'm here just to share my thoughts, share the facts, and share my reviews with you. They do accuse Chinese government-backed hacker groups of actually carrying out that attack, stealing that data, and helping the Chinese companies like Huawei to come up with 5G technology. You never know. There's also very recent attempts. For example, a group called the Cozy Bear. Nice cozy name, but their actions were not so cozy. Cozy Bear Group, once again, which they believe is strongly backed by China, is accused of trying to steal coronavirus-related test results data, vaccine trials test results data, in an attempt which they believe that China is trying to steal that data and in return trying to come up with a vaccine before the West. Now these are all talk and accusations going around, but there's a lot of pretty serious discussions happening on this. Let's take a look at something, a hotel chain like the Marriott hotel chain. In 2018, millions of customer data was lost. Credit card information was stolen, and it clearly showed that even such a big hotel giant did not have proper data protection strategies in place. Now, why should this matter to you? Especially in an era where data is becoming pretty serious business. More and more government regulations are there. Today we have GDPR, General Data Protection Regulation, where especially if you are dealing with European data and if you haven't taken the right protection, my friends, you can get fined up to 20% of your profit or a couple of $1 billion. So you have to be very careful with this data. And when you talk about data, you need to have a proper data strategy. Let me share with you the three main things your data strategy should cover. Number one, your data storage. Do you have a secure storage? A storage where you're avoiding duplication and storing only the right amount of data. A storage where you have profiled and you're keeping the right data, the data that matters to you only, number one. Number two is the data protection. Have you put the right firewalls? Have you put the right protection mechanisms in place that prevents unauthorized access? Today we are looking at AI-based data protection, where protection systems that adapt to new threats and quickly can adapt themselves to protecting from new data access threats and hacker attacks that come in. And also, most importantly, what about the analysis? Some banks, especially in countries like Sri Lanka, they say are only using 14% of the data available to them. Imagine if they use the balance 86%, how much of valid insights they can get and how much of new products they can give. So do you have the right analysis tools with you? Storage, protection, analysis. These are three key facets of your data strategy today. So if you are a medium scale or a large scale business or even a small scale company, get your data protection strategy right. Talk with your IT team, have a plan, because data, as I said earlier, is your new oil. And if you're not minting money from that, well, I'm sorry to say your competitors will. And when that happens, they will be making the profit which could have truly been yours. Get your data strategy right and make sure that you get data, technology, digital analytics a part of your business strategy, so that will make sure you get the competitive advantage that you deserve. Don't let your data be lying around, because if you don't make use of it, somebody else might actually hack into it, use that data and gain a market advantage against you. With that, I wrap up this week's first episode of Business Beyond. I hope this was useful. I will meet you on Monday with the next episode of the Global Business Update on Business Banter with TA. Till then, have a good weekend and go beyond.